In today's video, I want to talk about a service which is really powerful in creating and building your online audience. Coming up. Alright, so when we take a look here at our funnels to income system, now this is the system that I use to build my online business. So we notice here that here on audience building, we have YouTube, Facebook, live streams, and podcast. So what we're focusing on right now is the live streams aspect of it. So here on the live streams, there are several services out there that provide live stream services, including YouTube, Facebook, and so on. But if you want a controlled system that allows you to do several other things, like for example building your mailing list and also charging for your live streams, the service I'm going to talk about is going to blow your mind. So let's take a look at it. So over here I have a service called Crowdcast. So as you can see here, this is purely for creators that want to create like their own show where you have a specific audience and you can pretty much respond and communicate with your audience during the live show, similar to what you do when you're on Facebook or YouTube. But anyway, let me show you the key features of this service. So here you can see on this landing page, there's quite a lot of shows where people are showcasing their virtual summits or even their live training. In fact, I also use this for my members. So, you know, on YouTube, you can't really close off the live stream for members only. So pretty much you're stuck. And this is the alternative if you want to provide even more value to your members. So on my website on Funnels to Income, I have my VIP members, and occasionally I do some live Q&As, and I also do some live workshops. So if I want to do that privately just to that group, this is the service that I use. So as you can see here, there's quite a lot of shows. A lot of people use this service. So when you sign up for this, you have your own dashboard. So let me just log into my dashboard here so I can show you what really goes on behind the scenes. So over here, you can see my latest one that I did is the Make Money with Email Marketing. This one here I did just yesterday, and you can see here 87 people registered for this. And if I go here into the analytics, and this is the amazing part. So over here, you can see that 31 watched the replay, which is good. 19 clicked my call to action. So, you know, sometimes I talk about affiliate marketing. So let's say you want to promote a specific product. In this case, I was talking about Male Poet. And in this presentation, I also had my affiliate link on the promotion. So this is what it's showing me here, that 19 people clicked it. So I really have to go and check and see how many of these 19 actually converted and bought Male Poet. Anyway, so over here, you can see here our sign up rate is 48%, which is really high and is really good. And show up rate 61. Again, this is really, really good. I know the numbers here don't look great because it's only 87, but there are situations where I've had close to 200 on a specific show. So let's go ahead and let me show you more of these statistics. So over here, you can see we have the graph that shows you how many replayed after the event. And here you can see how many registered. And over here, you also have this graph. And here it also breaks down the traffic, where it came from. For example, this one here is direct, and then this is a push notification, and this is from Crowdcast itself. So I'm going to talk about that in a moment as well. Now, when you scroll down here, you also have a map, so you can zoom in and really see where people are watching this from. And then you also have graphs here that show you your followers and so on. And also the engagement, like who was watching from the beginning to end. So you can see here, it also shows like who was chatting and the people that, like, for example, here we have Farhan, he posted 12 comments, Joan, 6 comments, and so on. So as you can see here, we have really nice stats that you can take a look at. Now let's go back over here and let me show you more features. So let's say you wanted to create a brand new event. So if you go over here, I'm just going back to my events page. You can just click here on new event. Now let's just call this test event. So with these events, it's very easy to set up. And here you can schedule when you're going to go live. So if I come over here, I can choose on the calendar here. So maybe this is for next week, Monday, the 13th. So I can just say done. And then now it's saying going live in 4 days. And then here I can add my description of the workshop or the live show, what it's going to be about, so I can edit all here. Over here, I can add the cover. So this is pretty much like your thumbnail that you have on YouTube. So it's similar here. You can add your thumbnail. And over here now, this is also quite interesting. On the registration here, you for the account that I have, you just have a basic registration where you have the name and email address, and over here you have multi-streams. Now multi-streams is really powerful because not only do you live stream here on Crowdcast, but you can also live stream at the same time with Facebook or even YouTube. So this is where multi-stream comes in. Now they have a basic browser to do your live stream, so it uses your webcam and it also shares your screen. But in my case, I can use Wirecast to do that, and this is where the power of the live stream here is. So you can connect your third-party streaming sites here, which is really good. So you can also upgrade this in the settings. Now let's head over here to advanced. Now here you can also limit the seats. So let's say you want this for let's say 100 people. You can always come over here and say, right, this is only 100, and then accept contributions. Now this is also really cool. You can say yes and connect Crowdcast with your PayPal account. So if anyone wants to contribute and they're happy with the content that you're providing and they want to contribute, that's how they can contribute. But I don't choose that option though. Customize registration button, you can also customize it. So instead of saying save my spot, you can say whatever you want. Send registration email. Now this is very important. I'll leave this on so that anyone that signs up for this gets the reminders. And you can also have your Facebook pixel here so that you can track and remarket to anyone that has signed up for your live workshop. Okay, so as you can see here, this is really powerful. Now let me show you what the link looks like. The link looks basic, but it is really cool. So let's say I'm done with this. In fact, let's just add a cover here for this. I'm going to say yes, select file. So I'm just going to choose, let's go to my folder here. Okay, so let's go with that. I'm going to click open. So that's going to work as my cover. Right, so over here on the video trailer, this is where you record a short video which talks about what the live show is going to be about, and this works as your trailer. So you can just paste the link here and then it shows up on the registration page. So I'm going to click saved here, and now it's creating my event, and now I'm going to show you how easy it is to share this link and also what it looks like. It takes a bit of time, but as you can see, now it's done. So this is the main landing page. So all I do is I copy this URL here on the top, and then I share it on my mailing list. I also share it on my push notifications. You can also go here on social media. So you can come over here on Twitter and you can just share the link, and it looks really nice as well. It's rendered. You can share this on Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on. So as you can see here, this is really cool. Now, here's the thing. This is where I was talking about the call to action. You can add your call to action over here. So this is where you can add a button. So you can say, like for example, when I was promoting my Genesis template, this is what I did. I put there buy Genesis template here, and this was the URL to the page which had the sales page. Right, so over here you can have some polls, so you can ask people whatever you want, so your audience will be able to go in and respond to that, and you're going to see some beautiful graphs after they have voted. Over here, you can have your audience ask a specific question during the live show, but they don't get to see it. You, the presenter, only sees the question, and then you can answer it during the show. Over here where it says people, it shows you how many people are registered. So it's really cool. And then you can also add a message here. So I'm just going to type something basic like welcome. And this now goes over here. Now, if they were people here signed up for this live stream, they could actually go over here and also send me messages. So this is really cool. The next feature I'm going to talk about is really powerful. So this feature here allows you to invite someone on the show, and you can have pretty much an interview. So this screen here will switch into like a 50-50 screen whereby you have your guest and you'll be on the other side, and then you can just ask your questions and speak just like that. And all this is happening within this application. So it's really powerful. You can use this for interviews while everyone else is watching that interview. So you can just invite anyone here by just coming over here and inviting that person over. Very straightforward. As long as they're ready with the microphone and webcam, they'll be able to connect, and it's easy for you to have that interview. Now, the other thing as well is, let's say someone sends a message here, you can actually ban them. So it's actually quite easy to ban in case someone is trying to use profanity. You can just ban them, and pretty much they won't be able to say anything. Now, let's talk about how you prepare to go live. So over here on the bottom left, if I click here on prepare to go live, here there are two options. We have this green room. This is where this uses the webcam of your camera, and it also does screen sharing. So you don't actually have to use any of this software like OBS, Wirecast, and so on, although this is there as well. But if you want to use Wirecast, Ecamm Live, and so on, you can just come over here, and this now takes you into the engine, and this is how you connect it. So all your graphics that you have in Wirecast or OBS can be used on this Crowdcast service. So it's really, really powerful, and this is why I really like using this for my private live streams. So there are several use cases you can use this for. So as I mentioned before, let's say you have a VIP membership. In fact, you know what, before I go into that, let me just come back over here so I can show you what this looks like. So this is the RTMP Studio. So here you have the server URL. This is where you copy this and add it into, let's say, OBS, or you add it into Wirecast, and this is the stream key. So once you do that, you connect everything, and then you fire up Ecamm Live or even OBS, and then from that you can use all your lower thirds and all that exciting stuff, and this will be broadcasted live on this service, Crowdcast. So there's a lot of features that this comes up with. In fact, you know what? It also connects with your email provider. So you know, with Facebook, you don't really have access to anyone that subscribes onto your Facebook channel. And that I've spoken about before, that yes, we have to use Facebook, but the drawback is you don't have access to communicate with the subscribers in terms of their email. This is what Facebook keeps. And YouTube also does the same thing. So with this service now, it's slightly different, because anyone that registers for your live stream actually gets added to your mailing list. And this connects with email services like ConvertKit, MailChimp, and so on. So there's great integration here. All right, so let's talk about the pricing here. So I'm actually glad that they went ahead and changed the pricing. It was $99 at one point, and it was quite expensive, especially if you're starting off. But as you can see here, you can start really, really low. So here you can start, in fact, let's switch this to monthly. So for $29 a month, you have 5 hours per month. So you could do one hour live stream on average every week. So this could work for you, and your live attendees will be 50 plus. And again, this is great if you're just starting off. Whereas before they had like two price points. The first one was, I think, $99, and then they had a higher one. So that was a bit of a difficult situation, because if you're starting off, you don't have a big audience, so it's difficult to really start off with that. So I guess maybe someone talked about this and they revamped their pricing structure. So I'm glad to see that over here now they have up to $29 per month and 5 hours per month, which is great. Now over here, the base features are, you can still connect here with OBS, Wirecast, Ecamm Live, and so on. There's also email support, Patreon, Stripe integration. You know, when I mentioned that you can add some sort of a donation button, or you can even charge these live streams. You can connect this with Stripe, and I think you can also do this with PayPal. So let me just go to the full list here and see. So these are the integrations that they also have. So you can see you have Drip, MailChimp, ConvertKit, Infusionsoft, Slack, and so on. Now over here, okay, so it looks like there's only Stripe for the payment system. So I thought there was PayPal, but anyways. So moving on to the next one here, the 34. Now this is where I am. I'm on the light. So my subscribers are pretty much less than 100 right now, but of course I'm going to be updating this very, very soon. So over here you have event and session analytics. So you have Zapier integration, and you have direct integrations with ConvertKit and Drip. So over here, you don't have the direct integration. So this is the drawback with the first option. But if you're just live streaming here, you can live stream without the integration. And then once you start getting more than 50, then you can upgrade to the 34 a month. And this is where you start getting your integrations. So whoever signs up, you will have their email addresses and all that great stuff. Okay, now over here on the Pro, this gives you 4-hour sessions, live stream to one location. All right, so moving on to the Pro. So as you can see here, you have all the features here from the Plus, and this one here just gives you more hours and more live attendees and more hours per month. So this one here is really, if you're really going in and doing all these live streams. So this is where this would come in. So as you can see, this is a really powerful service, and I highly recommend it if you are running a consultancy or you have a VIP membership. So this is what you can do. You can also do like one-to-one sessions. So rather than using Skype, you can use this as well as part of your system, and it connects with your website and your email service provider. But I would recommend this for running those private live streams. And the advantage here is you have the data of any subscribers that you have, so that you can remind them of future training when they are available. And also you can have this as a show where you can have an interview, kind of like a podcast situation. And as I mentioned before, you can use this with services with software like OBS, Wirecast, Ecam Live, and so on. So this is a really, really powerful tool, and I'm going to leave a link in the video description below so you can try it out, and I'd appreciate it if you use my affiliate link. All right, so that's all I have for you in this review. This is crowdcast.io. Go check it out, and I'm sure you'll find a use for it once you start growing your audience. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the bell notification. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. See you soon.